Hey everybody, it's Pastor John with your midweek moment for this week. You know, it was Mark Twain who once observed that the angels in heaven who are responsible for weather obviously do their apprenticeships in New England because that explains why our weather is always so bad. He's also the person who said that everyone complains about the weather, but nobody does anything about it. Well, as I am doing the midweek moment today, there's absolutely nothing about the weather to complain about. It is 63 degrees outside and with blue skies and clouds. And it's actually colder inside the church this morning than it is outside. Maybe I should open the windows when we're done and let the place air out a little bit. But of course, if you know the weather forecast, on Friday we're supposed to get snow and ice. I suppose it just goes to show how things can change. And you know, Mark Twain was right. We do all complain about the weather, but there is nothing that we can do about it. You just have to take the good days and enjoy them when they come and muddle through the bad days as best you can, like we'll probably have to do on Friday. Of course, you know, right now they're calling for 3 to 5 inches of something on Friday, but at this point that could be anywhere from 1 to 2 to 6 to 10. So like I said, when the good days come, you just enjoy them. Days like this, I hope you get the chance to go outside and do something nice. And then when you have days like Friday, when you get some sort of weather, you just do what you can to muddle through. There was a time during World War II when Britain really thought they were going to be invaded by Germany. It was when the war was going very badly for the United Kingdom. France had been lost. The Low Countries had been lost. Germany was the master of the European continent, and there were a lot of people who thought that it was going to be England's turn next. And to sort of boost morale in the face of what they really thought was an impending German invasion, the British Ministry of War Information created a series of posters to sort of, get the word out to people. 2 of the posters were printed and used, but there was a third poster that was only supposed to be used if Germany actually invaded. And since Germany never actually invaded Britain, the poster was never used. And after the war, all of the posters were destroyed, except for one, which was actually found, I think, in the early 80s in a secondhand bookstore somewhere in England. It had actually been used to wrap some other books. And the poster was a red poster with the picture of the crown at the top. And the only thing the poster said was, "Keep calm and carry on." That whole point was that if Germany had actually invaded the United Kingdom, that was what the government wanted the British people to do. They simply wanted them to keep calm and carry on. I actually have this on a couple of pillows in my house. I should have brought one in this morning. But that's what you do during the bad days. That's what you do on the days when it's cold and rainy and snowy. You just keep calm and you carry on. That's what we do when we have bad weather. That's what we do when we have bad times in our personal lives. Those times where things go wrong, those times where things are hard, the times where you get the bad medical diagnosis, or somebody you care about gets the bad medical diagnosis, or you lose the job, or you're worried about the kid, or whatever it is. In those times, the best thing you can do is to simply keep calm and carry on. Because the fact of the matter is, even when it is rainy and snowy and sleety in our lives, it's not going to be like that forever. It may seem like it's going to be like that forever, but it isn't. It is sooner or later, the clouds will clear and the sun will come back out, and sooner or later, it's going to be 63 degrees and warm and sunny again. It doesn't happen right away. It doesn't happen immediately. It may not happen as soon as we would like it to happen, but eventually it does. So as we think about making the turn into Lent this year, since Lent does start a week from today, Actually, by the time you see this, it'll be less than a week away. And we start thinking about the end of winter and the impending snow and things like that. And as you may be facing various things in your own life, people you're concerned about and whatnot and so forth, let me encourage you to keep calm and to carry on. Because what is true for the weather is true about so many other things in our lives. There are things we can complain about, but they're not really things we can do much about. And sometimes keeping calm and carrying on is the best we can do. Thanks.